Yes, sir. Me don't know. Me don't know. Me don't know. He not a dummy, oh. Dummy, fool. I don't know. In a puzzle to be a semi. Oh, what's your baby? I'm a media. Me don't know. When I pass out the Tribina, Sepia, oh, I hope if you're a media, sit up and go when you are. It's money that is so good to be so. I know my quarter somewhere, but I'm not too sure that it's dead. Johnny, the church of me, one I need to be a good match. I'm a much more dead. Cause you will be up by one, but you're so close to me, I'm a madman. I'm making a big toe. Oh, my bastard, I'll say the big time. Say, no, I don't know, I'll say the big time. Say, no, I don't know, I'll say the big time. Say, no, I don't know, I'll say the big time. So, I said, yeah, when I'm also going to be a senior. Oh, I'm no baby, I'm a baby. I know, ain't no oh, my training at you, faster. Once a journey at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 book of buses, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 book of buses. Oh, my get you oh, my training at you, faster. Once a journey at you. We don't I know. Whoosh. It's the Okiko International Band. No peace in the world. Be a commencement. Take on me, be a machine. No, no peace in the super. I won't be a member. Take on me, money, machine. No, be a house in the world. And see, I'm going to tell you. Take no media, the city, no be a team. I was trying to be a yes, sir. I take no peace in the world. Take to me, be a machine. Take no peace in the super. I don't be a member. I don't want to be a money machine. I take no peace. I chose in the world. And so I'm going to try and do it. You know it, yeah. So say the end of me, I was trying. So we know before I just see me now look. Behind funny, behind funny, behind funny. What's the name? I see money popping the air. Power man, why you? Why you my against me? That's wrong. They have your Betty up, I saw Sabrina Migo, my own big eye, Opia to me about swam and I pay Opia. Lumba, your baby to me some poor. Jam up me a jam me a money, must know. Okay, Opia, it's all cinema. I say, go it's all your boy. Yet no media, Society no Piachia, Boswa. Okay, I say, now fear no Saki man. No dust, no back me. We do fear now, hide me. Now what's no Saki man. But I say, now rush me. What's on the base now, taxi me. We do the base now, rush me. We do the base now, rush me. Big him now, Pasa. Big him now, Pada. Big him now, Pada. Because he now, Pavia. Okay, run out quiet, she out there because you can't go some for material. Okay, put on now, we need to was see rose and fire, sir. With some work to your rock, that. With some TV, rock, that. With some good up, rock, that. I feel now, possible, some buff. Says so, yet to me, yes, your mama, your boss. I get to the sewer, tell me, come in a minute, that Lumba. Dear, okay. Yes, sir. Okay, the pen no mirror, Mama, who pepper busy. I jump up no mirror, the Lumba, who pepper. Yes, sir. Come on, do some gospel song right now. Let's take it to church. Let's take it. Yes. Hallelujah, me put in a Ethiopia, hallelujah, me put in a Ethiopia, me put. Ejamunduma everyone want baby, we say what do we on me? Every hour we on me, Sarah, it's in our talk now day. Every hour we can see I can just have no part of a corner day. Here I do what we are, because it's no be a rent to me, it's your body and you know, and you're coming out and go for one yet. Body in a year, and you'll go for one yet. I cry, no better than you are pretty. I got to be I cry, no better than you are pretty. It's a riding young company. What's nothing in now? It's a cow. Juma, and nothing can we did the oh, it's a continent. To pro, make up for hallelujah, Mebo dina Ethiopia, Mebo, hallelujah, Mebo dina Ethiopia, Mebo, wire, it's a semi eye. To me back around, a bit of a new one. I do my come, I do my come. To me back around, a bit of a new one. It's independent now, it's independent. If what do my so down, I'm putting it now. So you come up and would you run your process, man? Now, what you want to go so high? Look to me, I didn't know if you have me on that road. Yes, I know when it's in your throat, what's here? It's in it, now run away. It's around in your coupon. We'll see, I didn't know. I'm in your coupon. Was it not in it's in a heavy cow. On to my and some counting the behind. Oh, sure, counting. It's a method to go, make up for hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Well, amazing. So you've been hearing from Odikro Band, the amazing Odikro Band. My goodness, what a performance. They are the right people you need for your wedding, for your any event whatsoever. I'm telling you, they are the perfect people for it. Odikro International Band. Wherever in Ghana and beyond you want them, they will turn up because that's what they do best. Well, you're still watching Prime Morning, and it's a special show dedicated to the legend himself, Daddy Lumba, and we've been doing that for the last 2 hours, and we're going to have a conversation, a very exciting conversation with a man who was there when Daddy Lumba started his secular music, if you want to say it. His secular music. Daddy Lumba's first record that he did when he began his journey as a member of the Lumba brothers. The man who was there when it started in Germany is the man we're going to have a conversation with. In fact, he was part of the Lumba brothers. He had his role, he played in there. And it will surprise you to learn the man I'm talking about, because on a normal day, he's not your music man. He's not one that you ordinarily think, well, was he part of the Lumba brothers? Really? Yes, he was. But guess what? This is what you know him for. Former member of parliament for Bantama constituency, staunch member of the New Patriotic Party, leading member of the New Patriotic Party, and just recently the former CEO of the EPA. He's a strong voice in Ghanaian politics, and you're very familiar with him. You're wondering who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Honorable Henry Kwabena Kokofu. Yes, he was a member of the Lumba brothers. Did that catch you by surprise? Honorable, good morning and welcome to Prime Morning.
Good morning, and I'm happy you've had me.
Amazing. You revealed this when you visited his home. You interacted with our reporter. Then you dropped it. That look, I was a member of the Lumba brothers. And this was some 40 years ago. Yeah. Let me take you back to 40 years ago in Germany and understand there was a street called Osnabrück. I hope I got it right. Take me back to Germany.
Right. Let me say good morning to your good self and your cherished viewers and listeners. Out of respect for my bereaved brother, let me, off the cup, most probably show my face fully. Yes, talking about a journey of 40 years ago, 1985. And we first met in Germany, that time West Germany. From West Berlin to Germany, West Germany, mainland. And we transited at a place called Braunschweig. Then we moved on to Osnabrück.
Osnabrück?
Yes, Osnabrück is a city in Niedersachsen. And Osnabrück, you want the street name. The street name is Bomterstrasse.
That's German speaking,
yeah,
right?
that means Bomterstrasse 55 to 57.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, so we were there. And then finally we were taken to a small town called Offergoni.
Okay.
And Offergoni is between a city, Oldenburg, and a city, Bremerhaven. So that's where we settled as a people, as guys. And we are about 7 in number or so, if I'm not mistaken. With Jane, my wife, present, and then Akusia Sewa also present.
And Akusia Sewa was Daddy Lumba's
yes.
girlfriend at the time.
Yes, she was part and parcel.
But interestingly, though, I'm wondering, how did you all come to assemble at the same place? Was this a plan you started in Ghana, or how did you end up at the same place and moving from city and street to street?
Well, no, it was by fate. Nothing was planned. Everybody was on his own travels. We just happened that we got there. And it is all due to immigration processing.
Okay.
And at that time, the Germans had a very rigorous immigration systems. And they will want to put you in a cluster of places and the houses and all that. So we ended up at Offergoni, as I said, with Nana Champon, Joe, Ashton Ola, Kojo Boateng, Koku Soweto. There are a lot of guys, some guys that we came around. It was in a very good morning, one good morning, that the idea of producing the music came up. But before then, Nana Champon had taken the lead. You know, they were following musicians when they were back home. So getting to know their talents and the potentials wasn't too difficult.
Yeah.
Something from infancy or from the early days they've been doing.
Yeah. And even for Daddy Lumba himself, when he was at Joab in senior high school, we got to speak to the headmistress, I think his class teacher or headmistress at the time, who mentioned that he was the leader of the choir. He was singing, doing a lot of music in Ghana before he even went out of the country. He was more rooted in the gospel space. And it does appear that when he went to Germany, met Nana Champon, then he transitioned to the secular music. And you were there at that very moment of transitioning.
Yeah. So it was Nana Champon who had the first opportunity, I mean, to befriend a German woman. And that took him to Oldenburg, just the closest city. And he mingled with these young Germans, musicians and all that, and introduced Daddy Lumba, Charles, to the place. So they developed that kind of interest. So back to our settings, I mean, our own settings, the idea came. And I remember Charles bringing a small tape and then asking each and everybody to just play a role, and with fork and knife, and recordings were being made. And I must admit, I do not know how to sing. I do not intend to be or intended to be a musician. But then I knew how to listen and how to make a good music out of whatever. So my role was to just watch, keep, and then try to correct here and there and advise. And I was the most senior. That was 1985. I was 25 years.
Wow.
Yes. So I had a role of big brother. You know?
And that birthed the Lumba Brothers.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
That was how the Lumba Brothers was.
Yeah.
And then they went on to produce their first record.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me briefly about that record, because that was a super record, and it's still, you know, a very beautiful record to date.
Yes, there had always been discussions about young guys far away abroad, and a lot of expectations back home, you know, and stories will be heard. somebody had gone back home.
Yeah.
And things are not going well. So you listen to those stories and you become quite apprehensive, you know. You don't know what will befall you when you were to be in the same situation. So
you're talking about the song, the record Miya Kwa Kentu.
Yes. So thinking about those things, then you better stay. You need not rush back home to go and suffer the same fate as your people have. You have been listening to or you've been told.
Yeah.
So Miya Kwa Kentu, and those things were normal conversations that went on among us.
Yeah.
And good as they were, or they are, and Nene Champon and Lumba were able to put the pieces together to try to. So one day, I was there, then they came with a cassette and said, this is demo. I didn't know what demo was, but this demo, they put it in the tape and they started playing. And apparently, these phone calls have been fixed in there with aeroplane. Yeah, so wow. Yeah. It's a great move. And the much I could do was to support them by way of encouragement, by way of prayers, and then also to ask them to forge ahead, because that they've realized their potentials, and this is their potential.
Eventually, that record went on to make a big hit. It got them to the limelight, and they continued briefly, though, because the Lumba brothers didn't last long, because sometime in 1990, then they went their separate ways. Were you surprised when that happened, when you heard that, look, they've decided to go their separate ways? Were you disappointed in any way at all?
Well, not really. Yaka Continuum was written and recorded in 1986. It took 3 years to get it off the ground and then into the space by way of, you call it, what do you call it, marketing? Or,
yes.
Or release.
Yeah, release it, you market it.
To the market, yes. There were a lot of financial difficulties. We went that sound. So within that period, they were just writing songs and trying to put pieces together until I think, and I remember one day Charles told me that Akusi Asawa had to get to an auntie to bring in some money for the production to be completed and all that. So apparently I was to assume the manager, the director, kind of. But I told them, this is not my area. The showbiz is not for me, even though I will be happy to see you guys succeeding there. I will have to go back to Ghana, go back to school. And in 30 years, those who rule Ghana, I'm one of them, so I'm going to prepare. So that saw my exit.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So between that period to 1990, when they went their separate ways, I wasn't so much around to know exactly what.
Amazing. But then when Daddy Lumba went his own path, it was a major success for him. Because from then he went on to release records upon records, and we understand numbering about 36 albums, in excess of 200 songs. He went on to become a household name, so much that today that he has gone to be with the Lord, everybody's talking about him. The president himself, Joe Mahama, glowing tributes is given him. President Akufo-Addo, glowing tributes. Everybody is giving glowing tribute. From the time you saw him in Germany, did you foresee this success he chalked? Did you foresee that when you met him and he was singing in your rooms and you were playing fork and knife? Did you foresee that now?
Very much so. Very much so.
The success.
Very much so. That's why I began by saying there was the need for me to encourage them to forge ahead and go ahead, because clearly the talent showed, the potentials were there, and you could just, it was amazing. You get up in the morning and Charles would be coming up with some ideas, all manner of music and lyrics. So I wasn't surprised. And let me put it out there, even when I decided to come back home, and they were staying there. We kept contact. That kind of contact was there. And I always call to encourage him and praise him.
Amazing. One of the things that he also was concerned about, because there was an interview he had with, one of the TV stations, and he said he was concerned about sometimes the misconception people had of him. They look at his music videos, how he interacts with women, and it created a certain perception of him, and people didn't know him much. And he said that all of that you think about me, that I'm this, you have to get close to me to really know that. You were close to him. What kind of person was he beyond the music and the music videos people saw of him? And I'm sure you've heard a lot of things people say about him. What kind of person was he?
Yeah, a lot of things said about him and myself also, so don't get worried.
In his personal life, what kind of person was he?
Yeah, we had one thing in common. I mean, he sort of loved his mother. Yeah, and I also had the same inkling towards my mom. So it pushes you, it pushes you to the feminist kind of. So naturally you get attracted. When you're saying good things, I mean, when you are wishing well for ladies, women, they will appreciate. They want to come around. They want to have a feel of what you think and who you are and all that. So the natural attraction was there, but far from the negativities, and he needed to create a brand. Charles is a natural, I mean, he had a natural flair. He needed to create a brand, and that kind of affection and the attraction helped to build that brand. The DL, that the Lumba brand, it's unique in itself.
Yeah.
And any moment he opens his mouth, something good for women to listen to, whether in grief, whether in happiness, whether in wherever situation you find yourself. So women became the chunk, the core of his listenership, and of
his
course,
fan base.
Yes, his fan, yes, and women, once they take hold of you, you are gone.
Yeah.
They are the best marketers.
Yes.
They can also patronize.
Yes.
Unlike you and I, who will listen for free and wouldn't want to even appreciate, Women will show it back.
They will do that.
Yes,
they will do that.
Yes, they will appreciate.
But what if he wasn't producing music? Ordinarily, what is he doing? On a normal day, if he's not in the studio, what is he doing on a normal day?
Well, he became so addicted to the studio that other things was quite unnoticed. But I remember during the formative days where we would go out there looking for jobs. It was a countryside, and we had to use the bike. And I didn't know how to ride bicycle, but he and Nana Champon would be guiding me. So
he and Nana Champon taught you, Honorable.
Yeah.
Kokofu, how to ride a bicycle.
Yeah, Nana Champon and that Lumba, they taught me how to ride a bicycle. So we would just be roaming around, looking for job, seeking for job and all that. Ordinarily, Charles wasn't a man of many things, as I knew him. You won't get him playing football or something. You won't get him loitering around. He keeps to himself somehow.
Very reserved person.
Not very, but I mean, reserved person. Concentrating and focusing on what he knows and does best.
I mean, talking about what he does best. You mentioned the song Abayin Sawaka. There's a bit of conversation surrounding it in terms of what informed the song. Can you share with us what informed that song? What is that song all about?
Well. There's no need to go in details, but then
but give us a sound.
Yeah, it was all around me,
Oh, okay.
Yes, and my name flying here and there. And I remember telling Nana, please delete my names because nobody knows where you get to. But it wasn't any negative.
Okay.
By that time, I was also a bit reserved, and the showbiz kind of thing, I wasn't in there. So to be catapulted in that kind of popularity stance within the showbiz, I thought it wasn't for me. So I got my names deleted from and all that. And further on, we had another thinking, another rapport, another thinking among ourselves that we were to identify each and everybody's strengths and potentials. There are others who said they wanted to move on to Canada, to US and others, and we encouraged them to do so. And the others who either voluntarily or out of something, they had to find themselves back home. And so they were in Ghana. And I wish I could see my original Lumba brothers. It was quite a time. And yes.
Yeah, but great. Let's talk about one of the things that he was also known for. Although he didn't come out to say stand on campaign platforms, but his music was enough message to get the MPP to mobilize its fan base, to mobilize the Ghanaian public, and to rally the Ghanaian votes. And understand, you were the one who initiated his relationship with the MPP in 2007. How did that happen?
Well, when I came back home, in fact, 1993, we established NPP branch in Germany, in Hamburg, precisely. So I was a founding member. Germany. So the same 93, I had to come back home. And then went to my native Bantama, to start all afresh from the beginning. And we ran it, politics here and there. All that time, I was in touch with
the Lumba brothers.
Yes, and all those, Nana Champon and co. So it came to a point where when I became chairman for Bantama, so I'm a bit in the limelight. So the interest also got in there until I came up MP. So Charles had then relocated in Ghana. And he was doing good all by himself. So there was the need to have a campaign song and all that.
You have a campaign song for Kwabena Kokofu going into the 2008 elections.
Yes, he did it. And then, so I had the privilege and the opportunity to arrange that Nana Kwabena visited Lumba in his Tantra Hill residence. So I took Nana Akufo-Addo to Lumba. Of course, we wanted Lumba to come, but Nana said no. You want to see the man who had done so much for him and all that. So we got to Lumba, and it was like, because of my brother Kokofu and all that, it's in there. So that's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it.
And you reckon that arguably, maybe the most profound musician who had produced music for a particular political party who didn't have a backlash from the other. Sometimes other musicians may do, and they may end up incurring the wrath of the opponents. But Charles didn't suffer that fate. Rather, each and everybody was.
I think that's really special. Even when he went on to do the music, he remained relevant. People still loved him across the political divide, and that was massive. Well, now, what we have of him is his music, his legacy, and the big question now, the state says they want to give him a state burial, etc. There's talks about whether it should happen in Accra, it should happen in Kumasi, and etc. I've heard that you even want the 2-4 to step in on this matter.
I've
heard you want the 2-4 to possibly ask that it should come and happen in Kumasi. Where do you stand on this one? Where should the state burial happen for Dear?
Well, let me begin by saying his had been a journey to legendary and beyond. And when the news came up and I heard, oh, he's a legend, I went straight to the Oxford Dictionary to go and check once again, the meaning
He wanted to confirm.
Yeah, I wanted to confirm. But I convinced myself that the man has transcended from the talks of iconic, superstar, legendary to something else. And for me, it's about institutionalization. Man is an institution. And that is a potential subject for research in musicology. Yes. And so I'm not trying to overblow him. No, I'm trying within context. I still remain.
He's indeed an institution.
Yes.
He's indeed an institution.
Yes. So a lot of people agree with me. And for that to happen, it did not come by chance. It's a divine. And for that matter, there's the need to preserve his works.
Yeah.
And where best can you preserve his works? Just to think about DL Museum, DL Music Museum, that the Lumba Music Museum, where musicology within our high life space is quite displayed.
Yeah.
And those who really understand music, our high life, do some kind of rendition and
so beyond
so the best place to have this to happen would necessarily be his origin in the Ashanti region. He's an Insuta inhabitant, and when the mom died, I was beside him. I was the closest person, and we buried the mom in Insuta. How happy and how glad would mom be to receive his son beside her?
In his own region.
But I do not have the say to say. The state want to give a state barrier. The president has the prerogative to do so. The family head and owns the body.
Yeah.
So they have the last.
They have the last say. Well, the conversation, the Daddy Lumba conversation is going to go on. It's going to move on from today through to the weekend, etc. Honorable Kokofu, close to him, spent number of his time with him while he was alive. Honorable, thank you very much for sharing your relationship with him and what you remember of him. We will continue to honor his memory, and I'm sure that the vigil is happening, I think, this Saturday, or tomorrow. The vigil is happening tomorrow. We're all going to be there to honor the memory of Daddy Lumba.